Hello, Thunder family. Welcome to a brand new episode of Thunder Talk. I'm Eros Merlo. I'm joined here by Joshua Choi. Now, if you guys been keeping up in the sports world, it's been an absolutely crazy 2 week span in the world of sports here in America. We got the Winter Olympics going on, but we really want to talk about stuff that we've been watching, which has been the Super Bowl. As we saw, the New England Patriots they faced the Seattle Seahawks in a Super Bowl defensive classic. I'm not gonna say all time classic, but defensive classic. Joshua, what do you think about the game?
I think it was honestly a little underwhelming. I was hoping for a shootout, but I'm not sure why I expected that considering, the dark side Seahawks defense.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy. I mean, I'm pretty sure they allowed the least amount of points this season in the
I
league.
was just surprised the fact that the New England Patriots, in up to the third quarter, they were just completely scoreless. Sorry, into the fourth quarter, they were scoreless. Drake May just couldn't get a single touchdown, not even a field goal kick.
I don't think I blame him either. I don't honestly I think it was just overall like a team issue. Like Drake May, this is his second year, right?
This is his second year in the NFL,
I mean,
first Super Bowl.
Second youngest quarterback all time to reach a Super Bowl. Second to Dan Marino. I mean, honestly, that's an accomplishment. Like, I wouldn't shift the blame onto Drake May. Actually, this is a bit of a hot take I'm noticing on social media. But I don't think it was Drake May's fault. I think the O line definitely could have done better. I'm not obviously it's more of like a team thing. It's not just like, oh yeah, the O line was so bad. Drake May got sacked like 50 bajillion times. It's not the O line's fault. It's not Drake May's fault. I think it was overall just more of a dominant side from the Seahawks.
Well, I was talking to my buddies over on FaceTime the day after the Super Bowl and asking my friend, like, oh, what do you think about the whole Super Bowl performance? And he puts a little bit of the blame on the O-line because if you saw Will Campbell's performance, it was pretty funny. He was saying, like, in a pregame interview that, oh, I'm going to defend Drake May with my life, because if you put up a sack a game for 12 games in a row, you're going to work for Amazon. And he just got destroyed with that Seahawks O-line because the Seahawks, they have more experience playing in the NFL, and they're more built for these types of scenarios. Because the Patriots, they're all young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're a completely young team. I think the only guy that had a Super Bowl experience was that new free agent that they got from Philadelphia. That he was like the highest paid player. I forgot his name, but he's the highest paid player in the Patriots roster because of that experience that he has winning the Super Bowl over for Philadelphia.
I don't think Will Campbell did that bad. I think especially for a first year, I don't think he did that bad. A really tough matchup. I mean, having to guard DeMarcus Lawrence and Hall and all those guys on the D line, they were crazy. DeMarcus Lawrence was crazy. That guy is genuinely nuts. And Devon Witherspoon getting what? He got like 6 sacks, no?
Yeah, he got a
a lot of sacks. That guy, he's a corner too, and he's blitzing. He's getting
Gonzalez he did really good for the Patriots.
Oh yeah, Christian Gonzo.
Like, if it wasn't for Christian Gonzo, then the Seahawks would have just won the Patriots in a big blowout. But
oh yeah, he was defending
performance.
He locked down. I think he locked down literally every single Seahawks receiver.
He did great. Biggest winner Sam Darnold for sure because people thought he's a draft bust. He had an amazing comeback story, playing from the Jets with a losing record, then coming over for the Vikings just for one season, turned it around for Seattle, and he did really good. So, biggest loser on the other hand, I want to say is Drake, because if you guys saw on Instagram, Drake bet $1 million for the Patriots to beat the Seahawks.
What?
And he just lost. Because every team that Drake goes for, they end up losing. But anyways,
unlucky.
Let's shift over to a new focus, the NBA trade deadline. The NBA trade deadline was a week ago, and there's been some absolutely crazy moves. Let's talk about the 3 biggest trades that we believe are going to be the most impactful to the league. First one being Anthony Davis to the Washington Wizards. The Mavericks, they're going to be getting Chris Middleton, Marvin Bagley III, AJ Johnson, a 2026 first-round pick. OKC, that's going to be a late pick due to OKC having a good record. A 2030 first-round pick from Golden State. While the Wizards, on the other hand, they get Anthony Davis, Jaden Harvey, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. This has been a pretty good trade for the Wizards, I want to say, because the Wizards, they've been rebuilding for 8 seasons already. Like, at one point, when is it enough to just stop the rebuild? And they're going to try to contend with this. Well, not really contend. They're going to try to have a winning record with this team. So let's see how it is. AD and Trae Young with this new lineup.
I do want to talk about something that I did find out about pretty recently is that Isaiah Stewart and Miles Bridges, I think it was, they got into a bit of a scuffle.
Oh, yeah.
Ejections happened. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because I just kept seeing social media just make the funniest jokes and memes about Isaiah Stewart always wanting to get into a fight, and it was, I don't know, I just found it really funny. What do you think about that? You think it was reasonable?
I like how Stewart defended his teammate. I don't think there should have been a whole altercation over that because it was just rough defense at the end of the day. There's no need to have a whole fight and get ejected over it. Another trade we would like to talk about is the Cleveland Cavaliers. They get James Harden in exchange for Darius Garland in the 2020 second round pick to get to the Clippers.
Oh, Darius Garland, that guy's not that healthy.
Well, from what I've been reading is that Donovan Mitchell, he wants to contend with the Cavaliers. James Harden, we all know he's been going team to team just look for a ring. We're going to see how this matchup is James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, they're trying to keep Mitchell happy because his contract ends in a year or two. So they're going to try to re-sign him because the Cavs, they want to contend. But we're
Mhm.
gonna see how that goes because right now the Cavs are above the second apron, so see if they can try to get it lower by this offseason. Big trade we want to talk about is the Golden State Warriors getting Kristaps Porzingis, while the Hawks get Buddy Hield and Kuminga.
What do you think about this trade? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I drafted Kristaps Porzingis for my fantasy, and I think I regret it.
I say definitely the Atlanta Hawks because Golden State Warriors, they're trying to contend with Stephen Curry. That's why they got Porzingis in. I just think personally the Warriors, they're too old to be contending with this type of roster, especially now that Jimmy Butler's injured for the whole season. So to see how this new roster is going to look. Porzingis, he's a Celtic legend, but the man just can't stay healthy. Well, Atlanta, on the other hand, they get Buddy Hield. That's an okay pick. I mean, he can have experience to get to the younger guys because Atlanta, they're a pretty young team right now. And Jonathan Kuminga, I believe he's 23 years old. We're gonna see how it's gonna look over there in Atlanta because obviously Kuminga, he has a lot of potential. And a big reason why he's been having bad stats is because he just doesn't get along with the Warriors. He doesn't show for the team huddles and he just doesn't have that chemistry. So we're gonna see how that's gonna go. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's gonna stay with the Milwaukee Bucks after he requested a trade. The Bucks just couldn't find a suitable trade offer for Giannis. And Miami Heat, on the other hand, they did no moves in this trade deadline, which is insane. I just think the Miami Heat with this roster they got, they're gonna contend for the DeMar DeRozan Invitational, if you know, playing tournament. Well, I think we're gonna get another Heat, Hawks, Bulls playoff series with this playing tournament. I think Miami they had a missed opportunity to try to get some moves, but let's see how it goes. So that being said, guys, now over to the next segment.
What's up, Thunder family? We're here back in an interview segment. We got Matthew TC, two-time MVP, two-time Defensive Player of the Year basketball player. Matthew, how you feeling?
Feeling great. I'm glad you guys are interviewing me today. Valentine Valentine's is tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that.
Hell yeah. My co-host, Martin.
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right, well, without further ado, I think we should jump right into the questions. Matthew, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it. So, first question of the day. What role did you play? And I'm talking about, what kind of, I'm not talking about just position. Of course, you got the positions of basketball, but I'm talking about also leadership, maybe, socializing with people, managers, friends, teammates, coaches, what kind of role did you play out there on the court and off the court?
On the court, I was the rebounder. Just like every time my shooter would miss, I just get that rebound and give it back to him, or maybe even like go up. Off the court, I was just a class clown. I'm just a class clown. Funny guy for real. You know.
Exactly. So you were a big team guy. You played for the team. You didn't play for the stats.
No, I really didn't. I just played my role. Help my teammates achieve their goals.
Yeah, that sounds good. And let's move on to it's your last season. You're graduating soon. You're a senior. Can't play any more high school basketball. How does it feel? It's your last season.
Very glad. Yeah, I'm tired, man. I'm tired of it all. It was fun while it lasted. But all good things have to move
Trying to
on.
move on, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Moving on from that question, kind of segmenting over. What are your plans after high school? What's the plan?
Plans after high school, we got go to college. Obviously, stay there for a good 4 years. Get my job, make some good money.
Hey, so Matthew, I'm just kind of wondering what is it exactly that you're trying to pursue? Like what do you want to be? What type of career do you want to have after high school?
I really want to get into financing. My family members, they're like realtors. Some of them, they work with banks. So I just really got interested into that. They make good money. So I just got inspired by that.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough career, but I've heard it's really good. I mean, it makes a plan. So I was just kind of wondering, like out of your entire career per se, and during high school, like what's your top one moment that you've ever had? Like what's your top one highlight?
Ooh, there's too many of them.
Mind this may not even be something like on the court. It could be maybe something off the court.
If you know, you know. I can't tell you my number one highlight, but sophomore year though, that was a really good year. I had all my senior friends. They that was just a really fun year. Like the whole sophomore year. That's my highlight right there.
I'm sure that was a really nice time, man.
Oh yeah, bro.
Bet. And Matthew, since you're a senior player, you
Hmm.
played 4 years, played quite a bit. What's your advice to any future players that might want to, that might be struggling and they kind of need a word of advice from someone who has done this before?
Keep doing it. Like, if you like the sport a lot and you see yourself doing it for like college or like maybe even professionally, pursue your dream. Do it. But if you don't, if you're like people like me that don't see like sports being in your life professionally or just in college, just find something that you could do all the way and then get good at it.
So you're saying like be consistent. Don't give up.
Consistent discipline. That's one of the best things my coaches taught me.
Do you just want to shout out anybody that has like been throughout your career that has maybe helped you out or anything like that?
Shout out to my coaches, man. You know, blessed up. You know, they gave me a lot of advice. You know, a lot of good times. You know, especially hard times, good times. They've been there all 4 years. Shout out to them. Shout out to my basketball boys. Especially my underclassmen. Good luck next year. You guys gotta get a new gym. New equipment, new stuff. So bless up. Don't take it for granted because I would love to be hooping in that new gym. Can't even hold you.
All right, thank you, Matthew, for being on the show today. Do you have any closing words for us?
No, that thank you for you guys for choosing me to interview. I'm pretty sure you guys had a lot of choices. I'm just glad I'm one of them, like usual. And yeah, JCB family, enjoy Valentine's Day. I know I am. And yeah, lover boy out. Oh, bro.
Thank you for watching.
Welcome, Thunder family, back to another segment of Thunder Talk. It's a returning special segment, Teacher Trivia, and we're not here with Badia and Gottlieb anymore. We're here with Mr. Huguet and Mr. Corrado.
Hello. Well, good morning, afternoon.
Okay, so to explain the rules a little, it's going to be a Jeopardy-style trivia game, one-on-one. You guys are going to start with rock, paper, scissors. Whoever wins first can choose the question. If you get it wrong, then it's going to go to the next person. If both of you get it wrong, the question is eliminated from being able to be chosen. Okay. Whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. Sounds good luck. Start with the rock, paper, scissors now.
1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Bang, Mr. Corrado gets it right. Let's see. Choose any of these questions.
All right, let's do NFL for 400.
All right, NFL for 400. This Chicago Bear running back is widely considered one of the greatest of all time, nicknamed Sweetness.
Walter Payton.
That is correct, Walter Payton. That is Mr. Corrado on the board. Right here, we got Corrado, and we got 400 on the board. All right, Mr. Huguet, now it is up to you. You may choose one of these options.
Let's go NFL football, 800.
All right, NFL for 800. We're diving into the deep end. All right, so, Mr. Huguet, there are 2 NFL wide receivers tied for most consecutive yards with over 1,000 reception yards at 11 consecutive seasons. Name one of these players.
Mike Evans, Jerry Rice.
Name both of them. All right, perfect. So that's NFL for 800. Mr. Huguet is on the board. That is Mike Evans and Jerry Rice tied for most consecutive seasons with 1,000 yards. All right, Mr. Corrado, over to you now.
Let's do football for 600.
All right, football for 600. Are you ready, Mr. Corrado?
I am ready.
This NFL team is the only ever to go undefeated in the regular season and win the Super Bowl during the Super Bowl era. 14-0 in the regular season and 3-0 in the playoffs.
The 1972 Miami Dolphins.
Bang, perfect. Even got the year. That was 600 football. There we go. So we're going to get up to 1,000 points. We have our first quadruple digit score of the day. Mr. Huguet, over to you now.
Let's go NBA, MLB, 800.
All right, NBA and MLB 800. These 3 NBA players hold the most amount of game ejections of all time at 29, 24, and 18 respectively.
That's a good one.
You got to name at least one.
At least one.
At least one.
And how many tries? I get 3 tries?
Just one.
Just one try.
You can't name it.
Bill Laimbeer.
Wrong. Mr. Corrado, it is your turn.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman is incorrect. It was either Rasheed Wallace, Draymond Green, or DeMarcus Cousins.
Wow, okay.
So this question is
Oh, young one.
Yeah.
off the board now. All right.
Let's go NBA and MLB for 600.
No, the MLB currently only has 2 franchises whose name doesn't end with the letter S. Name both of them.
I'll be here for 5 minutes and I still wouldn't know it.
You're on a positive,
Yeah,
Mr. Huguet?
yeah.
All right. You need the question again?
Red Sox, White Sox.
Bang! The Red Sox and the White Sox. That is right here from Mr. Huguet. And we go up 600 points. Let's do some math here. That is 1,400, correct?
It is.
Let's go general sports, 800.
All right, our first general sports, 800. All right, this WWE Attitude Era wrestler entered the 1998 Royal Rumble as 3 different wrestling characters single-handedly.
Mick Foley, Mankind.
There we go.
And Cactus Jack.
There we go, all 3 of them too. All right, so that
Big
is...
WWE fan. I wouldn't have known that. He would have tortured me. Let's go general sports 600.
General sports for 600. All right, these 2 players hold the longest recorded and non-recorded home runs in MLB history. So one player holds the longest non-recorded, one holds the longest recorded.
Longest home runs.
Yes, longest home.
Like hit the farthest.
Yes.
I have to name both players or one?
Just one.
Mark McGwire.
No. You are wrong. Pass it over to Mr. Huguet.
Non-recorded Mickey Mantle.
Nope, unfortunately not. It is either Babe Ruth or Nomar Mazara.
That's interesting.
All right, so that one
Is off the board. That was
That was General Sports 600.
All right, it is over to
Just
Mr.
go.
Huguet.
Yeah.
Let's go NBA MLB 4.
All right.
NBA MLB 400. This current NBA team was originally known as the Seattle Supersonics before the relocation in 2008.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Bang, that's 400 on the board for Mr. Huguet. That's up to 2,600 points for Mr. Huguet. That is the Seattle Supersonics or the Oklahoma City Thunder. Mr. Crowd, over to you.
I'll take General Sports for 400.
All right, General Sports for 400. This famous martial art originating in Thailand is known as the art of 8 limbs for its use of many parts of the user's body.
Muay Thai.
That is correct.
400 on the board for Mr. Corrado, 1,400. That is Muay Thai.
So that's 400 there, and the only thing left is I think Mr. You guys already locked this up, but let's play because it's fun.
All right.
The other 400.
The other 400 is also
is
done.
off the board.
Yeah, the only thing left is the three $200 questions or dollars here, huh?
So, we have 3 questions left on the board. Let's see what you guys got.
Let's go NBA MLB 200.
All right.
NBA MLB 200. This MLB team is the only active franchise to never make an appearance in the World Series.
Seattle Mariners.
That is correct.
Seattle Mariners. That was NBA MLB 200. And Mr. Huguet is up to 2.8K. That might have been the highest score we've had.
There you go.
Mr. Corrado, it's over to you now.
We'll do football for 200.
All right. NFL for 200. This NFL defensive end was so good at football, they named him the Minister of Defense.
Reggie White.
That is correct.
Reggie White. That is Corrado on the board with 200. We are up to 1,600. And we have our final question, General Sports for 200. Mr. Huguet, I think it is.
Yes.
Would you like to take the wheel?
These 3 sports are played in the duration of a triathlon.
Swimming, cycling, and running.
Swimming, cycling, and running.
That is correct, Mr.
Nice.
Huguet on the board, reaching 3,000 points. There we go. And that will finish the game.
There you go.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for
Mr.
Nice.
Corado, Mr. Huguet for
Crushed it.
participating.
on to the next segment.
What's up, Thunder family? So we're out here outside in the PE court, as you can see, and we're here with a brand new segment for Thunder Talk called Betcha. So me and Martin, we talk a lot of smack. We got a lot of beef outside the camera, if y'all don't know. We're always trying to prove who's better. So we're like, Martin, let's come up with a new idea. Also from Joshua's side, let's make a new segment called Betcha, where we're gonna make an outrageous bet related to sports, and we got 3 attempts to do it. Now Martin doesn't believe me, but I'm a shooter out here in the basketball court. You feel me? People terrify me. That's why I got this headband on, because this guy, he doesn't know ball like I do. So we're out here outside, and I'm gonna attempt a half-court shot with 3 attempts. It's winter. It's cold outside. Martin's freezing. I'm freezing. But just like Trae Young against the New York Knicks, I'm ice cold in this half court. So let's go see. Thank
All
you.
yours.
This one's for Ben. Ben, this one's for you. All right, guys, so you saw that first attempt. I did pretty bad, but that's not on me. It's just, my knees, they ain't as good as they used to be. Also, the wind is blowing like crazy. So, but this time I'm going to lock in for sure. You know what I mean?
Excuse us. My God.
Thank you, Ben. Clearly, the wind was crazy. I don't know. I think we live in Chicago. Next we're going to get an exploding tree alert. But I'm going to switch up my form. Maybe it's the form that, I got terrible form with this. I'm not as good as I used to be. I'm a little bit washed, So I'm going to hit old school. If you don't know 2020 Damian Lillard with the bubble half court from the logo, I'm going to do that right now and prove to you. Now, Martin, I still got it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
Sure. Oh my God. As you can see, Thunder family, this guy's still a bum.
So those are my 3 attempts. Clearly, I didn't make it in, but that's not on me, guys. That's the wind. The wind is just blowing insane. Hey, Marty, I don't know where you're from, but clearly this wind is going crazy. Like, look, my hair's blowing right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm clearly a better basketball player than Martin, bro, because I got that intense D. I'm locked down D. That's what they used to call me in the playground court, you feel me? But back in 4th grade. Martin, look, I want to see you try to guard.
All right,
I want to see you try to score against me. You can? Uh-oh. Well, maybe I'm washed. I'm not as good as I used to be, but it's that winner mentality. You feel me?
Not
That
maybe.
Martin doesn't have. So guys, we'll see you in the next one, and thank you for watching.
Well, with that being said, Thunder family, we have approached the end of this episode of Thunder Talk. We hope you guys enjoy, but we can't end this episode off without shouting out our friends over at the UTD, United Teachers of Dade, for providing us a grant to expand our journalism program here at the school. I mean, we got brand new mics set up where we have a desk coming in on the way. We got new studio lights. We got a better green screen. We got so much as a result of this UTD. So we want to thank you guys for improving, Thunder Media as a whole. Thank you guys so much. And with that being said, we hope you enjoy, and see you in the next one.